What is going on, everyone? This is Swamperts 2. Welcome you guys to a whole new video on the channel. I know it's been quite some time since we've really gone through, or at least I've personally gone through and actually done a video for you guys. But hopefully that's all about to change, as I am coming to you with my Season 5 LDL my LDL team recap. Gosh, it's been forever since I've done a video here. And so basically what the LDL is, it's the Lonely Draft League that is a part of the Pokemon group that I am associated with, the Lonely Pokemon, let's see, TLTPG, the Lonely Trainers Pokemon Gang. Gosh, I'm sorry, I'm tired, it's been a long day, I'm barely trying to get through these sentences. But yeah, so I'm associated with the group, I'm an admin on the page. If you guys are interested in looking at, at that, I will leave a link in the description down below to our main Facebook page, so you can go ahead and check us out. But like I said, it's Season 5, Seasons 1, 2, and 4 for previous seasons that we actually completed. Season 3 is just an untalked about season that because we tried to rush some things and unfortunately just kind of fell through, which is unfortunate. But we are here for the Season 5 draft recap of my personal team. As you guys see above me, I am the coach of the Salt Lake City Swamperts, and through this draft, it's just been really fun because, in case you guys don't know, well, you guys won't know, but for those of you watching, I was actually the Season 2 champ. And so for Season 3, I really wanted to win another back-to-back. I really wanted to win another season, but unfortunately, that just didn't happen, and we unfortunately lost to the Toronto Totodales and my buddy Squid, Blazing Squid, in the quarterfinals, which is unfortunate. You guys will see that I have a Week 1 battle against him that I will be putting up hopefully later on today, as well with some commentary over it. Post-commentary more than anything, just because I don't have a capture card yet, and he's a jerk for having one before me. But yeah, all in all, I'll be bringing you guys our weekly battles and posting pre-game stuff, or what's it called, team builders, there we go. So just to kind of ease my way back into everything, but without further ado, let's go ahead and get into the draft. So for the draft, we were allowed to franchise a Pokemon that we had from a previous season, and one of the Pokemon I had on my team that I really debated on, there were 3 main Pokemon, but the one I ended up going with was my Thundurus. The way the league worked last season was we each had a Z captain, which to be quite frank, the LDL kind of sends its rules around the GBA. If you don't know who the GBA is on YouTube, then what are you doing with your life? But this season we decided to kind of open it up and say, any Pokemon can have a Z crystal on it. It's not just not stuck to one mono. So because of that, I felt like I could make more use with my Thundurus incarnate form, because of a couple reasons. It has I think it has a base 101 speed, so it gives it that advantage over those base 100s. It has a wonderful ability in Volt Absorb, making all electric type moves on the field useless if I switch it in. The only thing is that can be a little bit predictable at times, so I do have to be careful on that. But this Thundurus I really hope that I'm able to use it just as effectively this season as I did last season. With its ability to be Volt Switch or U-Turn. It has a wide move set of like Dark Pulse, Focus Blast, Sludge Bomb. It can Thunder Wave, of course. It doesn't get that advantage with having Prankster ability in exchange for Volt Absorb, but it is a hard hitter nonetheless. So yeah, there's our Thundurus, who I'm so happy that we got on our team as well, just because having the fast electric type is so crucial, I feel, and having that ability to Volt Switch or even U-Turn out is really helpful as well. But moving on, we next round, for round 2, I've always wanted this one. I've always wanted to draft this one, but I've always gotten to it too late the round that I wanted. And thank God that it was actually able to come back around to me, because I've been wanting to use this guy since Season 1, if I'm 100% honest with you. And that is going to be our Conkeldurr. Conkeldurr is just one of those mons that's just scary. It can be bulky, it can be purely offensive. It can be Assault Vest, and it has such amazing abilities with like Guts, as well as Iron Fist, I believe it gets, and so Conkeldurr is just really scary because of course it has access to Mach Punch, Bullet Punch, and the Elemental Punches, Drain Punch, which I am learning more and more is more beneficial to have on it than anything. And it's just a hard hitter, rocking out with I think 145 base attack. And so while I had Thunderous, where I'm going to be taking some nicknames, I'm actually going to be taking that nickname for Thunderous. I'm going to mention from someone else, of course. I'm going to call him Joey Galaxy because the name fits so well. But our Conkeldurr 3 scoops kind of balanced out Joey Galaxy in the fact that while our Thunderous is more especially offensive, our Conkeldurr is by far super physically defensive, and it also has really good defenses with, I think, with base 95 defense and special defense, so it can be used for many different things, and I'm just hoping that 3 scoops here, our Conkeldurr will be able to put in the most work, and I'm so excited I finally get to use them. So excited. I just pray that the season goes well. I just really do pray that the season goes well for us. Coming up next, let's see, the 3rd round, and for this draft in general, you know, my original thought was to grab a Alolan Ninetales. My original thought was to grab super fast, super hard hitters that can sweep, as long as I grab enough bulk. If I grabbed enough bulk, and I was able to get a Alolan Ninetales to get up Aurora Veil, I could just sit on the field with the fattest mons and just tank everything and hit back, especially if those bulky walls and those tanks could hit just as hard back, you know? But unfortunately, I found out right before the draft that my good buddy Jordan, who is in the league as well, wanted a Alolan Ninetales for himself, and he grabbed it first round, and I was super sad. So it's like, okay, you know what? We always have to have a backup. I usually have 3 or 4 backups to my squad, and when it came to the next pick, it's like, well, if I still need to pick up a Fairy type just regardless, because Fairy type is such a powerhouse in league format, so I decided to go ahead and pick up Sylveon, the powerhouse itself. So Sylveon is here on our squad. Faye, the Sylveon, she's going to be putting in work, because not only can she be bulky like Conkeldurr, you can throw on a Pixie Plate and make her fully offensive, or even, I really want to try this at one point, but make a Specs Hyper Voice set, because there are not a lot of things that honestly want to come and switch in on a Specs Hyper Voice from a Sylveon. Like, seriously, it's so crazy. But you know, it also gives us a Heal Bell user, a Baton Passer, which is really, really cool. And it's a format, it's a kind of style that I'm not too used to playing with. I'm usually more so focused on hyper offensive, and so I really wanted to change my view of things, of how I really played the game, and understand different play styles better, so I can benefit myself, you know, in future battles, you know, wherever it may be. And I feel like Sylveon is one of those ones where I can use it both defensively and offensively really, really nicely. And so now moving on, we are going to. I was debating this next pick really, really hard, because it's like all these different Pokemon that I did want were really crucial. And when it came to Alolan Ninetales being snatched up, it's like, okay, I gotta rearrange some stuff. I need a really good hitter. I need a semi-good hitter, someone that I can really mess around with on the special and physical side. And I had to look back into my previous seasons, and I had to go and look back to my Season 2 victory season, and who was on my team there. And one Mon in particular stood out. And, you know, I couldn't help someone else grabbing this Pokemon before I could. And I went ahead and I scooped up Entei. Entei, I think at the time, for Season 2, I think I ran it banded every single game I brought it to, except for maybe 1 or 2 with Charcoal. But a banded Entei is scary. His Sacred Fire, Flare Blitz, Iron Head, unfortunately only gets Bulldoze. I don't know why Entei should get Earthquake. But Entei is just a pure powerhouse, and it does get access to extreme speed through an early event back in Hard Gold and Soul Silver, which we can use for sure. but the only problem with that is it has to be adamant, and I can't really run Jolly to take advantage of those base 100 speed set that he does. So I will have to. I definitely want to play around with NJ this time around, and like maybe run some more special sets. I know that there's some people that have been watching that ran like special NK with like Sunny Day Eruption and all that stuff with this policy. And all in all, it's just like I'm so happy that they have NK because it's a familiarity that I have on my team that all in all is a really good pick in my opinion. But moving on to our next pick, it's like okay. So I have a fairy type, I need a dragon type now, and so many different dragons were being picked up and stuff. I think my buddy Kelvin picked up Salamence, which is someone I was thinking about. I wanted Haxorus, which is still on the board. I think Haxorus actually went undrafted this season, which is kind of scary, but it's like, no, I gotta stick to the same idea that I had before with, I'm lagging on my screen, that is weird. Why is that happening? I don't know. But it's like, I needed the bulk. I needed a bulk, and like 2 dragons really came to mind as far as a bulky dragon. And I kind of played on it and looked at the rest of the Pokemon on my draft and seeing what I really needed as far as the coverage. And so at the end of the day, it's like, you know, I needed someone that was really offensive. I needed someone that could tank hits and that had really good abilities to use. And so I went with Goodra. Escar Goo is going to be joining the squad for the Salt Lake City Swamperts, and I'm so happy just because the main set that I usually like to run on it is Assault Vest, but you know there's so many more things that this Goodra can do. It can be run physically. It can run physically offensive, specially offensive, physically defensive, special. It can be anything on the board. You can even scarf it if you want to, because Goodra speed isn't, while not the best, it's not that bad. But on the physical side, you have stuff like Power Whip and like Earthquake and all that stuff. And of course, on the special side, you can Draco Meteor, you can Ice Beam, Thunderbolt, Fire Blast. This thing is crazy powerful. And with abilities like Sap Sipper giving me another immunity to another typing, because keep in mind, with Thundurus, I have an electric immunity and a ground immunity. With Sylveon, I have a dragon type immunity automatically. With Goodra, with Sap Sipper, I have a grass immunity. I have a grass immunity. That's what, 4 different types? Electric, ground, dragon, freaking grass. That's 4 immunities I have on my team, and it's so crazy to think that, because as we go on, I actually pick up a couple more, if not just 1 more. But it's really awesome to think about, because Goodra can hit so freaking hard if I want it to, and I can make sure that it can eat any hit that it wants. But Escargot, our Goodra, is running the squad, and for the next pick, it's like, okay, I need a faster run. While Thundurus is really, Joey Galaxy is super fast, I needed that one Pokemon that could really go through a Scarfed or even Life Orb or something and really sweep, late game sweep, or just start out and just go blazing. And originally the thought was with the bulk was to pick up Mamoswine. Unfortunately, Mamoswine got sniped right before I wanted to grab it. I think it was like 3 or 4 picks right ahead of me, unfortunately, by Squid of all people. I hate you, Squid, but I love you at the same time. But it's like, okay, I wanted that ice typing. I don't have a dark type yet. So I went ahead and I snatched up Weavile, because Weavile is scary all around. You do not want to mess with anything a Weavile has to offer you, no matter what. This thing can knock off Icicle Crash, Ice Shard, Low Kick, and it has access to really unique moves and Z moves that could really be beneficial in the long run, because I think its speed is off the charts. I think it's like base 125, 130 speed, if not faster. It's extremely fast, and so the fact that I was able to pick up Weavile is amazing. It's Scotty is the name. I don't remember where I got the name Scotty from. I think it has something to do with some mythology of some god somewhere. I think it might be Egyptian, but I can't 100% remember. But Scotty, our Weavile, is going to be joining us for this season. And it's like, okay, so now I got another good sweeper. I need to go back to walls. I need to think of about another wall, because Gudra can really handle things on the special side side of things. I need something that, you know, can be run different sets, but at the same time, it is a one-trick pony. But you know what? Somehow it got back to me, and I ended up picking up my next immunity on the team in Vaporeon. I have 2 evolutions on my team this season, and I couldn't be happier. We have Percy the Vaporeon joining the squad, and like I said, Vaporeon is kind of a one-trick pony, you know, with you know, a Wish, Protect, Baton Pass, Set, Scald, Ice Beam, and those are like the general 5 moves that you want to run on it. Being that it's 4 moves, for Pokemon's move slot, you know, you have to really play around with all that stuff. But all in all, Vaporeon just adds just a wonderful wall. That water immunity is huge, considering that Scald is so prevalent in League format. It can definitely, you know, burn stuff like, it can hurt stuff like the Entei, burn the Weavile. I don't think you want to burn a Conkeldurr, but you know, you never know, just depending on the sets that I have for it. And Vaporeon is just, it's just a good, reliable mon. Yes, a one-trick pony and really easy to plan for, but at the same time, the reason why it's a one-trick pony is because it knows what it does, and it does it really well. And so the fact that I actually have 2 evolutions on my team is really cool. I cannot wait to have both of them on a team in the future, and you know, just really have a lot of fun with it. I said this, it's like I started getting mad in previous seasons with like being really salty about losing and stuff, and I still get upset that I lose, because you know, all in all, I do want to go far. But at the end of the day, if I can go through and I can have fun with the team, and I can have fun with the team building, I can have just a fun time battling all together, then that's honestly what this is about, for sure. And this team, I feel like I had a lot of fun with the draft. I played around with so many different things, and you know, that is what the Salt Lake City Swamperts are going to be doing for this season. But moving on now, it's like, okay, Weavile is that super fast sweeper on the special side. I needed on the physical side, I needed a super fast sweeper on the special side. And while it can be run physical as well, and like I said, I kind of went back and forth between, you know, so many different things. It's like, well, do I grab Tangrowth again, which I had in the previous season for more bulk? Do I grab this grass type or this grass type? All in all, it's like, no, that speed is where it's needed at this point. And so I went ahead and I scooped up Superior. I do not remember the nickname I gave Superior, unfortunately. Do I have my book somewhere? I should. Hold on. Do I have my book here? Is this my book? Is this my book for it? Nope, that's not my book for it. Where's my book for it? Oh my goodness, I swear. I have all of the nicknames written down somewhere, and I can't remember where. Oh well. I'll remember Superior's name in a future team builder and stuff, or I'll come up with a better name than what I had previously. But Superior is just an amazing mon with such an incredible speed stat. And having access to Contrary, where with like Leaf Storm and stuff, being able to boost its special attack by 2 stages instead of lowering it by 2 stages, that's completely crazy. Especially if I'm able to get a substitute up off with, like, say, Sylveon or even Vaporeon or anything really, and I'm able to Baton Pass into that, or even use Superior to Baton Pass into something like Sylveon. That would be nuts. That would be absolutely nuts for sure, because like, it can be with Superior kind of like Vaporeon in the fact that it's a one-trick pony, but you know, it completes my Water Grass Fire Core. Superior is a threat to be reckoned with 100% of the time, because you can Scarf it, you can Specs it, you can Sub it, you can make it bulky, and you know, I just like I said, just those mons I want to have fun with, and Superior I feel is definitely all about the fun this season. I'm bummed I don't remember the nickname I gave it. But, you know, we're going to go ahead and just continue on with the next pick, going into I think this is the 9th round. So for the 9th round, I was debating it, because this was back before, you know, Mamoswine got taken, and I was thinking to myself, okay, I don't really have a hazard setter yet, and Nidoking was on my radar as well if Mamoswine got swiped, but Nidoking got swiped as well by my buddy Sawston. Uh, so it's like, well, if I'm not gonna be able to pick up Nidoking, I'm gonna go with the Nidoqueen. And MILF the Nidoqueen is gonna be joining us, and Nidoqueen can do everything Nidoking can. It can do everything Nidoking can. It's just its stats are more centered on the bulkier side of things, which at the end of the day, you know, that is what I was going for. While I would have liked to have picked up Nidoking for the more offensive threat to it, Nidoqueen will be able to do just that, because access to Sheer Force Life Orb or even Sheer Force Scarf is huge threats, because this thing, like, it's kind of like Goodra in the fact that it gets access to like Thunderbolt, Ice Beam, Fire Blast, Sludge Bomb, Sucker Punch. It can set rocks, it can set Toxic Spikes, and it can surf. It can surf if I'm not mistaken, and so that's just crazy to me. And it's just like I could play around and do so many different things with Nidoqueen, and the fact that Nidoqueen got picked up didn't bother me at all, because I knew that I had Nidoqueen sitting in the back, and I think I actually sniped that from someone because they were about to grab it like the turn after me or something like that. I can't remember exactly, but I'm so glad I was able to pick it up, because it just adds more diversity to this team. As you're noticing, like, I really don't have any dual typings, and this does continue on for the rest of the draft. But coming up in the next round, it's like, okay, it's the 10th round. Another bulky hard hitter I wanted was Escavalier. Escavalier was like on my list from the beginning. It's like I loved having Escavalier. I think it was season 2 with Entei. It's like Escavalier is so awesome. It's Bug Steel type, finishes up my Fairy Dragon Steel core. It's able to hit back super hard. It's able to take so many awesome hits. But then I just looked at it. I looked at everything. It's like, okay, I have my hazard setter. I don't have a hazard remover. And so I panicked, because like everyone else had been grabbing, you know, hazard removers with defoggers, rapid spinners, and all that stuff. And I'm looking through and I'm thinking to myself, what am I gonna do? I'm gonna be one of the only teams out there without a hazard remover, and it's gonna like bug me so much. And I started looking through, started looking more, and I realized that the typing that I had for Escavalier, that I wanted for Escavalier, was able to fit with the rest of this Pokemon straight up. And so I went ahead and I picked up Fortress. I am so surprised that this Fortress lasted. This Fortress lasted to round 10. Like, that just honestly is nuts. And the fact that, well, oh my god, it's so nuts that Fortress made it this far. I never would have guessed I could have picked up such an amazing Pokemon in round 10. This thing can get every single hazard, if I'm not mistaken, besides one. I can't remember which one it is, but it can also rapid spin, of course. He is our designated rapid spinner. He can, of course, stab moves like Gyro Ball are definitely going to help out, especially with faster Mons and Fairy types. But another thing that's really cool is we get another Volt Switcher on the team. While it is a slower Volt Switcher, it is really dependable. It's really nice to be able to get some damage off, switch out, and, you know, get that initiative, all in all. And with Fortress, I don't know, it's just like, while Fortress is, you know, really just known for its hazard setting, it can definitely be used for a bunch of different things. Like, you can run it more specially and throw some powers on there to really hit back against something. With its defenses and special defenses being so high, you know, you can really play around with what you really want to do with this thing. And so I'm super happy that I was able to pick up such an amazing rapid spinner so late in the draft. And as we headed into our final round, it's like, okay, I got all the things I really wanted. There were a few types I didn't have left in, let's see, the types I didn't grab were Normal, Ghost, Psychic, and I think that's it. Yeah, I think that's it. And so I'm looking around, you know, Smogon, and I'm looking through different Mons, and I found Meloetta. I'm like, oh, cool. Meloetta is just honestly one of those Pokemon that's not really used a lot, but having that immunity to Ghost types is really cool. Then I looked at Copagrigus, and it's like, that's another Pokemon I could really like to use. But then I was talking to my buddy Matt. Over Facebook, and he's like, no, dude, you haven't grabbed a Mega yet. And I'm like, you're right, I haven't grabbed a Mega. And so I started looking through the available Megas in Sun and Moon, and the type that I wanted just immediately popped up with a Pokemon that I have used in the past. I used it in Season 1 of the LDL, and I'm like, you know what, there's no sense of not grabbing this Pokemon because it's just too powerful. It is too freaking powerful to pass this thing up. And so in the final round of the LDL Season 5, I was able to go ahead and pick up Mega Alakazam. Gus, my Mega Alakazam is back, and I cannot believe it. I cannot believe that such a powerful Mega lasted all these rounds and fell to me. And I would keep in mind, guys, because we kind of kept it around the idea of the GBA, it was Snake style, and I think I was either 7th or 8th in the draft, so I was almost directly in the middle. So the fact that I had to wait back and forth, and this Mega was undrafted to this point is just so nuts. Mega Alakazam with getting that getting that awesome speed boost turn 1, I think jumping up to 150, 160 base speed with its wide moveset, of course, Psychic, Psyshock, Dazzling Gleam, Energy Ball, Focus Blast, any hidden power that I want. This thing is such a monster of a Pokemon. This thing can honestly wait, trace whatever ability that it needs to, and really sweep. It's another special sweeper, kind of in the sense of Weavile and Superior, but this, I don't know, there's something different when it comes to Mega Alakazam, just over the fact because it is, you know, it does have a very, very diverse moveset that is able to be taken care of. I do have to be careful as far as Pursuit Trappers and all that stuff, but looking at this team, you know, there's a couple Pokemon that I've never used before, you know, like with the Goodra, the Conkeldurr, the Superior, the Fortress, the Nidoqueen, and the rest I've really gotten familiar with using. But all in all, just at the end of the day, you know, this team looks really, really solid to me. The only thing I will say is, aside from Fortress, we don't have a physically defensive Mon over base 100. Percy is there, yes, to really be a defensive wall, you know, that bold, fully defensive set. But Fortress is really our only, like, really key defensive wall, which sucks to say because a lot of coaches can realize that, pick up on that. So I might have to switch some people out, which I don't want to, because just like looking at this team, like I feel like it fits together so well. Like each typing complements each other. You have so many immunities. With Steel type as well now, we have a poison immunity. With Nidoqueen, we have a poison immunity. So, like, it's just interesting to see that with all the immunities we do have, and just the range of Pokemon in the speed stats, the defenses, the special defenses, the attacks, special attacks, you know, I can really do a lot of different things with each of these Mons. And like I said in the middle of the video, I want to have fun this season. I really just want to have fun, and that's what we're gonna do. That is honestly what we are going to do. But let me know what you guys think about my draft down below in the comment section. I would love to hear what you have to think, and I will leave a link to the Season 5 document page down there as well as the link to the TLTPG page. I can't say that. I'm so tired. I'm sorry, you guys, but I'm happy to be back posting videos again. Like I said, I'm going to try and get the Week 1 video up later on today if I can, and commentate over that, but if not, you will definitely see it tomorrow on Friday. But from there, you know, I'm gonna get up out of here. If you like this video, go ahead and thumbs up that video for your thumbs grow, and go ahead and body slam that subscribe button. But without anything else, my name is Number 2, you guys, and I'll see you in the next video.